Corporate governance is a system of rules, practices, and processes by which the firm is directed and controlled. The shareholders are the owners of the company. Although they are the owners of the company, shareholders do not manage the operation of the management. And shareholders have certain rights. First is to inspect the company's books and records. Second is to receive a portion of dividends the company declares. Third is to attend the corporation annual meeting to learn the company's performance. The board of directors is appointed to act on the behalf of the shareholders to run the day-to-day affairs of the business. The board of directors are directly accountable to the shareholders. In each year, the company will hold an annual general meeting at which the directors must provide a report to the shareholders on the performance of the company and what the future plans to do. The Audit Committee. The Audit Committee is a selected number of members of a company's board of directors, of whose responsibilities include helping auditors remain independent of the management. Most audit committees are made up to 3 to 5 members, as many as 7 directors who are not part of the company's management. The Audit Committee plays a critical role in providing oversight and serving as a check and balance on company's financial reporting system. The Compensation Committee shall consist of not less than 3 members. Each member of the Compensation Committee shall be appointed by the board to assist the board in carrying out its responsibilities relating to executive compensation, and review and evaluate the adequacy of the charter annually and recommend any proposed changes to the board for approval, and provide oversight on executive compensation policies and progress consistent with the corporate objectives and shareholders' interest. The Nomination Committee is a committee that acts as a part of the organization's corporate governance. A nomination committee will evaluate the board of directors of its respective firm and examine the skills and characteristics needed in the board candidate. Nomination committee may also have other duties which vary from company to company.
Management. It is the process of reaching organizational goals by working with and through people and other organizational resources. The organization and coordination of activities of an enterprise in accordance with certain policies and in achievement of defined objectives. The management is responsible for establishing and maintaining internal controls to achieve the objectives of efficient and effective operations, reliable financial reporting, and compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Also, the management shall consistently apply the internal control standards to assess each of the internal controls objectives and to assess internal controls effectiveness. The management reports directly to the board of directors, and they are responsible for controlling and overseeing the entire company. Internal controls encompasses the plan of organization and all of the coordinate methods adopted within a business to safeguard its assets, check the accuracy and reliability of its accounting data, promote operational efficiency, and encourage adherence to prescribed managerial processes. It recognizes that a system of internal control extends beyond those matters which relate directly to the functions of the accounting and financial departments. We implement these controls to help us achieve our objectives. The policies, procedures, practices, and organizational structures are implemented in order to protect the assets, ensure that the accounting records and information are accurate, promote operational efficiency of the organization, and encourage adherence to policies and procedures of the company. But not all controls are perfect. It also has limitation on its effectiveness. This is why we have audit mechanism. Audit mechanism. Audit mechanism works on implementing, testing, and evaluating the effectiveness and efficiency of internal controls and identifying the internal weaknesses in one's organization. Internal audit mechanism is important for any organization because the success of any business entity lies in the effective implementation of the process and policies which are designed to achieve the basic organizational objectives and goals. Any defect or failure of such policies and process in design, implementation, and review may end up in non-achievement of the objectives and goals of the organization that will lead to the failure of the business. It is the role of an internal auditor to monitor if the internal controls are complied with by the management. After monitoring, the internal auditor should provide a reasonable assurance to the management and audit committee. The foundation on which an effective system of internal control is built and operated in an organization that strives to achieve its strategic objectives, provide reliable financial reporting to internal and external stakeholders, operate the business efficient and effectively, comply with all applicable laws and regulations, and safeguard its assets. A sound control environment is created by management through communication, attitude, and example. This includes focus on integrity, a commitment to investigating discrepancies, diligence in designing system and assigning responsibilities. The result and control environment has a pervasive impact on the overall system of internal control.